Howdy YouTube, today we're taking a look at the WWE Mattel Wrestlemania 32, the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar. Definitely my favourite wrestler. I don't know if all time, because the Undertaker, Brock Lesnar and Triple H, my personal top three. Which order, I guess, alternates and varies depending on the day and time. One day I'll wake up, Triple H will be my favourite. Then he'll beat Sting in an absolute travesty, and he'll drop right down the list. Undertaker, obviously, I was lucky enough to meet The Undertaker in 2004, so he's got a very special place for me. Love him. But the one who is just, I think, the best wrestler of them all, and that's Brock Lesnar. The first time I ever properly watched WWE was with Brock Lesnar. Favourite moment of all time. The first time I ever saw SmackDown, Brock Lesnar, and this particular era of Brock Lesnar had stolen Stone Cold Steve Austin's ATV and was wreaking havoc on SmackDown. Absolutely awesome show. Loved it. That hooked me into wrestling and got me into it. So to get my hands on this figure makes me very excited. This is pretty much a straight up re-release of the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Brock Lesnar figure, which came with the Here Comes the Pain style packaging and shirt and things like that. Really cool looking figure. I love the Undisputed Championship. Very happy that this guy comes with that. In terms of packaging, it comes in the standard WrestleMania 32 style packaging, so it's that blue and red combo. Nice shot of Brock Lesnar on the side there. A younger Brock Lesnar, that's for sure. But let's get this guy opened up. Now, a few little things that actually bug me about this figure. He is from WrestleMania 20, what could have been the greatest match. You know, Goldberg, the Titan, the Beast from WCW against Brock Lesnar, just the Machine from WWE. Would have been just an epic match. Stone Cold Steve Austin as the ref. You can't get a better setup than that. Good rivalry, a match I really wanted to see. Both guys were leaving, so the fans pretty much at Madison Square Garden shit all over the match. And I think that's partly why Brock Lesnar and Goldberg had such a bad match. They sort of thought, well, screw you guys for getting angry that we're leaving. And I don't blame the fans for getting angry, but at the same time, it really cost an opportunity to have just a brilliant match. And that's a real shame. Especially too, I think the outcome's a little bit interesting that Goldberg, they put him over Brock Lesnar, but anyway, on the back, the stats say 286 pounds, F5 and the Kimura lock, Minneapolis, Minnesota, WrestleMania 20, of course, WWE Champion, 2002 King of the Ring winner, and a Royal Rumble winner as well. Untouchable achievement, ending the Undertaker streak. One thing I really bugs me slightly, and it's a real minor, petty thing, the more that I think about it, but a lot of the packaging, they tend to have, like the flashback figures, but the stats and all the achievements, everything on the back represent like a different era of the character. So with Brock Lesnar, put instead of Kimura lock, the Brock lock that he did in the era. Put, instead of ending the Undertaker's defeated streak, put something like, youngest ever WWE champion, when he beat The Rock at SummerSlam 2002. Put something like that I guess reflects the period and era of the figure. But anyway, let's get Brock opened up. Okay, and here we got Brock Lesnar opened up and out of packaging. I'll bring it forward so you guys can take a look at the face. I think, honestly, this is the worst Brock Lesnar face scan they've released. Once, alright, fine, they gave it to us on the modern Brock Lesnar figure that recently came out. I can accept that, I can deal with that. Don't constantly give us this shitty looking face, the pterodactyl Brock Lesnar. I will see you on Sunday. When he's feuding with Big Show 2014. It's just a terrible face scan. I really don't like it. I'll probably end up swapping the head if I'm completely honest. It does look like Brock. I mean, they nailed the hair, they nailed the eyebrows and everything like that, which is good. Just for comparison, I'll bring in the modern Brock Lesnar just so you can see. Obviously, it uses the exact same body mold. Nothing wrong with that, but you can really see the evolution in Brock. The face is identical. Obviously, he hasn't got the big sword tattoo moving down. Taking a look at the back as well, I'm not sure if there is actually a lot of difference in the tattoo. Obviously, he's missing the two hooks with the younger Brock Lesnar. But one thing that I wasn't expecting is the tattoo on his back to be so different. Honestly, I didn't think that he would have got the whole tattoo removed and then replaced. So the scaling of the back actually is quite interesting, and the decision to have this be so much larger is not something I was expecting, if I'm completely honest. I love the tights design on the back. That's pretty cool. Now, it isn't the most accurate attire to WrestleMania 20, but honestly, I could care less. It's still really nice to get an old school Brock Lesnar. Which out of these two figures do I prefer, the new or the old? I'm going to go the old. I prefer the old retro Brock Lesnar to the new Brock Lesnar. There's something about the dagger, sword, knife tattoo that just looks really bad, I think. Although you'd never tell that to Brock's face, because I don't think it would end very well. But yeah, the retro figure definitely is very nice. Nice tattoos on the side as well. Hopefully you guys can see the skull there. They've definitely done a lot of good detail. Have to give Mattel full credit for that. Like, check out the back tattoo. That looks really nice. Now, in terms of articulation, Brock's got the standard Elite, so ball-jointed head, ball-jointed arms, swivel bicep, bend at the elbow, swivel in the wrist. He's got the ab crunch, swivel waist, swivel legs, swivel in the thigh, double bend at the knee, swivel in the boot, and swivel in the ankle as well. So a ton of articulation and movement, which is what you want. Now, in terms of accessories, he comes with what I think is really cool, that Here Comes the Pain Brock Lesnar shirt. I love that. It's got, obviously, the spinal cord on the back, which matches the tights. Really awesome. And also the WWE Undisputed Championship. One of my favorite belts of all time. I grew up watching this as the coveted WWE Championship. This was the belt. Love the design of it. The Mattel belt is a lot shinier than I was anticipating. Hopefully you guys can see it on camera. Even just looking at it normally, it looks... I don't know, it's hard to get like a clear look of it, if that makes sense. I'll bring in the Jax belt just for comparison. The Jax belt is nice, but you can certainly see the Mattel belt is a huge improvement over it. So very glad that it came with this accessory. And just for size comparison, you can see Brock fits in perfectly with the Jax figures. Goldberg, obviously the scaling is perfect. Paul Heyman, Paul's probably a little bit too thin and a little bit too tall, but otherwise it's not that big of a deal. That makes me really happy though, because I can display this guy with Goldberg to recreate their epic failure of a WrestleMania 22 match. Okay, so here we've got my Brock Lesnar figure collection. Honestly, the basic Brock Lesnar, the retro Brock Lesnar from WrestleMania 20 that came out with the Batista 2-pack, that's actually a brilliant figure. You can see obviously differences with the knee pads. He's got a lot bigger knee pads. Also the tattoos on the back are different, and the logo on the back. But other than that, I guess that's pretty much the only similarity it has, is that it's a retro Brock Lesnar. Otherwise, it's fairly different. The face scan on this one I prefer significantly more to the Screaming Pterodactyl Brock Lesnar. My other favorite one is this Extreme Rules 2012 Brock that came out. That was his first figure after his return. It had been a long time since Brock had been back. I remember stopped watching wrestling mainly because of Super Cena. Started watching in 2012 when The Rock came back. Got really excited about that. The night after WrestleMania, I thought I'd tune in, see what happens. Brock came back, and bam, I was hooked again. So credit to Brock for getting me into wrestling and then getting me back into wrestling. Also MMA. So a great character, great wrestler. He's absolutely destroying at the moment. Interesting to see what's going to happen with him this year and what happens with Brock moving forward. But definitely a really cool figure. If you can get your hands on it, you definitely should. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this review on the WrestleMania 32 Elite Brock Lesnar.